Oh, I've got some lovely new stuff. Look at these. These are the latest holographic colours from the Tiny Turner, but they are fully branded up as Toonpish Crafts, because Wendy at Toonpish Crafts is the exclusive distributor for these, and they have been developed with Wendy's input into colours and things like that. So let's have a play. These apparently will be available from July 2025, and she is taking pre-orders for them now, and the first couple of batches apparently have already sold out. So I will be getting my order in pretty sharpish if I was you. Now, what we've got, let's have a look. So this is the set that Wendy has kindly sent me, and we have rose gold green. That sounds nice, doesn't it? And that's the colour flips in it. So you can see it colour flips, but apparently this is more than colour flip. There's an actual holographic to it as well. So there, rose gold green, copper gold, turquoise pink. Well, that sounds pretty. Magenta. Oh, I like the sound of that. Indigo green fleck. Oh, that sounds interesting. And green mauve. Right, so those sound lovely. And then there's a little pack. So these are some extras that are not out yet. I don't think you can even pre-order them. That means nice one, Wendy. Thank you. Dying to see these. So these are the new ones that will be out sometime. Sure Wendy will let us know when. And here we have light green, dusky blue. That, oh, doesn't that sound tasty? And bronze rose gold. Oh. Now they've all got this little tape on them, so what I'm going to do is get this off and we'll chuck them into moulds. We'll do a couple of different things and we'll give them a darn good try out. So I'll be back in a second. And these moulds are all from Into Resin. Now I've got a discount code for these down in the video description, so do grab your discount if you fancy any of these. But the main point of this video is to have a good look at these amazing powders. So I thought if we had to go at doing a crystal, and yes, I do need to clean my moulds, I know. I thought we could have a look at a proper 3D crystal cluster, a little dragon. Well, that's kind of got to be done because these are Toonpish Crafts products, and Toonpish certainly loves her dragons. We've got a crystal fish. We've got a load of little crystal butterflies, a big crystal flower, a little crystal pot, and one of everyone's favourites, turtle. This is the big turtle tray. So I thought what we could do with some is we'd actually brush them onto the mould, and then others we'll use them on the back. The different things that you would normally do with a chameleon powder. I'm going to put some gloves on, because not because they're dangerous, but just because I tend to get in a mess. Yes, I haven't got my supply of purple ones come through yet, so we're working our way through a box of black gloves. There. Little brushes. Got a couple of little brushes here. They're just my shadow brushes. I've got one smaller one and one slightly bigger one for when we play with this one. Right, for our first ones, I want to brush some directly onto the moulds. And what I'm going to do is save these till the end, because these are the ones that aren't out yet. So we'll do some separate ones at the end. So if you want to see what those do, watch through to the end and show you. Right. Now the little dragon, what did we fancy? Purple and magenta. That sounds like a dragon colour, doesn't it? Maybe we can get a couple of colours in here. Now, don't be alarmed by the small amount in the pot. These are absolutely incredible. I know this because the normal chameleon powders are, and they go an awful long way, so you don't need much. And I've just seen this when it catches the sun. This is the bit in the lid. And yes, I can see, I don't know, can you see what I'm seeing? The holographic as well as the colour flip. Let's see if I can zoom you in on that. I'm sure we'll see this when the little dragon's made up, but I can see it in the pot as well. So chameleon powders are pretty impressive anyway, aren't they? This is obviously a whole different ball game. I was wondering what the difference would be, frankly, on the basis that, you know, chameleon powders are incredible anyway. Where else was there left to go with this? I think what I'm going to do is I'll get this one around his body. I do need to make a load of little dragons anyway. That's another reason I thought we'd dig a little dragon out, because I'm in the fantasy collaboration, and I have to wait and see what my project is. But it definitely involves little dragons. Nobody wants to get involved in that summer fantasy collaboration, by the way. It's for all crafts, not just resin. So by all means, drop me a line and I'll fill you in on what to do. I have also got a video out explaining it, which I can share the link to that down in the video description if this one too. But yeah, you do basically is make a video and send me the link. It's very, very simple. All each other's videos in the playlist so that people can go and watch and enjoy. Anyway, to our little dragon. I'm nearly round the sides and everything with it now, look. And what I'm seeing already, I'm going to do his wings a different colour. But what I'm seeing already is this burnishes in really easily. This is a lovely soft silicone mould, and that always helps. But yeah, a lovely powder. It really goes on easily. We've brushed it all over the mould, even in places I didn't want it to go. So I'm going to tap off the surplus. Now, that used the tiniest little bit. So we're going to get in and clean his little wings up, because I'm going to do them in a different colour. So we're going to be using this little guy to test 2 of the colours. And I'm thinking, should we have green wings? That would be a nice contrast, wouldn't it? Oops. Let's go in with the green. And I'm using what I consider to be the best brush cleaner in the world. That's the leg of my jeans. So that one there is, and if I put the colours that we're using right next to the mould that I've put them in, then we'll know which will which, won't we? So that is the purple magenta. And I have to say, that does sound a very good description of what I'm seeing in the mould. And this one is green mauve. That ought to go very nicely with our purple magenta. Let's see how little we can use. I'm just going to use the little bit that's in the lid of the pot, so you can see just how far this goes. Ooh, look at that. There's a shine on that, isn't there? Yeah. So that's how little you need, look. I mean, if you're doing a whopping big mould, you'd use a lot more. But this is a decent sized little mould. It's not tiny. There we go. I haven't even... Okay, that's only 2 small areas, those wings. But I haven't even used all that was in the lid of the pot. That's just what's stuck to the lid. I'm just going to go around, just make sure I haven't missed any bits. Now I've put that green in around the edges, because I think I might have just knocked a little bit off. Now I've put, obviously I'm using too much of this. I'm definitely using too much. I'm sure I can tap some of that back out. There. So that's him. That's our little dragon boy. So let's put the colours right next to him so we know which one. And the little pot. What I want to do with this, and I think I'm going to go for the indigo green fleck, because that sounds interesting. I'm going to put this in the little pot. This is a little tiny, it's like a little pill pot, I suppose, from Into Resin. So what I'm going to do with this one, this mould, is put in resin, and then we'll put the powders on the back. I'll probably do the same with this one, because I want to see how those holographics work through that. And this one. And the fish, to be fair. So let's have a go with these colours onto the mould. Let's go through them all. So, in order to get all of the colours in little tiny sparkly samples, this seemed like a good idea to me. So this is the indigo green fleck. So as you can see, just brushing it into the mould, much the same as I did with that one. But with the others, what I'm going to do is put resin in and then put the powder on the back. So let's get these ones done first. So we'll do all these ones where we're actually brushing it in first. Turquoise pink. Sounds like a strange combination, doesn't it? Let's have a look. I can see the holographics working. This is really weird. So it's both chameleon and holographic. Very strange. Let me just bring it up. I mean, in a good way, obviously. Let me just bring it up to the camera for you. I don't know if you can see, but not only is it colour flipping, but there's a holographic effect going on in there. I don't know how well you can see that. When I demold these, I will get them out in the sun like I usually do so that we can see what is going on. So this one is rose, gold and green. Sounds like a crazy combination, doesn't it? Lovely. So basically what you've got is the colour flips that it tells you on the lid, and then add in the holographic effect. It's kind of crazy. Just when you thought chameleon powders couldn't get any fun, Tiny Turner strikes again. Thank you, Emma and Wendy, for working on these. This is amazing. Dying to see what these come out like. Again, let's go in with this one. And I did promise you that we'd be doing the 2 not available yet ones at the end. So coming right up. Gosh, that's shiny. That's a crazy one. I've got to hold this up and show you. I really have. Look how shiny that one is. That's mad. This is the heads up on these new ones that aren't yet even available for order. Bronze and rose gold. Now that sounds like quite a subtle difference, doesn't it? Because that's two... Oh yeah, it. That's two colours that aren't a million miles apart, so that should be very tasteful. I'm a bit excited about these, can you tell? What's not to be excited about? It's shiny. Funky. I do love chameleon powders. I fancy getting my nails done with these at some point as well. So let's remember that the two on the left are the ones that aren't yet available. If I goof, you'll have to remind me. So this one, let's see what it looks like first, then I'll tell you what it says on the lid. It's me. It's very nice. So that's the lime green dusky blue. That sounds like a really nice combination, doesn't it? So we know which one is which. I'm going to chuck some black resin in those. So I'll be back in a moment with some resin back. I've gone back to normal Apex high gloss. Mix some black pigment in, and there we go. Discount codes for the resin as well down in the video description. And of course links to Toonpish Crafts where you can get all these amazing things from too. These chameleon powders. Who'd have thought that would have been a thing all in one sentence? A little dragon. And then these I'm going to get my stick and drip it in because it make this mould it. It's so tiny, that's going to happen. See, look, it happened anyway. My goodness. Sometimes my levels of incompetence astound me. I am a messy crafter. Is anybody truly not messy? I think some people maybe are. Certainly ain't me. Right, we're going to fill these all up with black, and I'll see you for the demold of these. And the other thing I am going to do before I see you again is just plain clear resin in all of these other moulds. But when we demold these, we can be putting the powders on the backs, see what they look like through the resin. Incidentally, Claire's Crafty Corner has already demoed these because she had an advanced pack too. So I'll put a link to her video down in the video description as well, so you can go and see what she made of them. Because I know one of the things she particularly did was the velvet effect. It's pretty darn stunning. So yeah, I think you might like to see that. I'll finish filling these up and I will see you in a few hours. Right, now I don't know whether these have cured enough to... No, they haven't cured enough to demold. However, these ones that I just put clear in are just tacky, so it's just right for putting the powders on the back. So let's see what happens. And again, I'm going to have to try and be careful so I don't muddle these up so we know which of these is which. I'm going to go for this little guy, indigo green fleck, with the backs of this little pot. So the resin's still clingy. Oh gosh, that's way more than I needed. But that's clinging nicely. And there we go. Lid as well. But I've got enough to do the lid too there, haven't I? That's that one. The turtle. Let's go for... Should we go for the light green and dusky blue? That just sounds a bit turtle-ish. Is that a word? Now, this is going to need obviously a bit more because it's a bigger area. Dying to see how this turns out. I dug out my little turtle mould, shouldn't I? That might have been a bit more conservative in terms of use of the powder. But hey, I think this one's going to be quite spectacular. By the way, in case anybody's interested, all of the things that I make in my videos, unless they're specifically earmarked as a gift for somebody, which is not usually the case, they all go off to charity shops. So if there's anything that you think, oh, I'd really like that and would like to buy from me, then I would donate that money that you pay for it to the charity, after taking out postage costs, of course. So just shout up if there's anything you fancy, because I would let it go at very sensible prices, as I obviously don't have to pay for the resin. Just for a bit of full disclosure here, by the way, the moulds were gifted to me as part of being an ambassador for the resin I am supplied with, again because I'm an ambassador for Apex Resin, but the powders, paid for them. These products are so darn good, I'm really happy to pay for them, to be honest. They're special. There we go, that's covered. Although Wendy did very kindly gift me those two new ones that haven't been released yet. So thank you for that, Wendy. That's absolutely awesome. Obviously, I've got to put a layer of clear on the back of these. That one, I've filled it up a bit too much, so I should have thought about that, shouldn't I? Ooh, make nice eyeshadow, wouldn't it? Oh, by the way, you can. And that is simply because they are actually cosmetic grade. They're safe. Actually, I'm just assuming that, because I know the other powders are really high grade. So I'm assuming these would be the same. I'm sure Wendy would let us know if Emma from the Tiny Turner is around. I'm never going to remember which of all these are, so I'm just putting colours on randomly. Should we go for the bronze stroke rose gold for the fish? Sounds nice for a fish, doesn't it? Again, I've used a bit too much. Really, you very sparingly with these powders. They go such a long way. Incredibly strong colours. Right, is that one? What to go on the back of the flower? Trying to make sure I put these where I intend, though. Have we done purple and magenta yet in one of these? We haven't, have we? So we'll have purple and magenta on the back of the flower. Oh, by the way, I did one of the scorpions with the copper and gold brushed on because I got a bit of the black resin left. Now, normally what you do is you back anything that's a chameleon powder or a ethereal powder or whatever. We tend to back them with black, and that's because that's how you get the strongest effect from the colour coming through. Don't think I'm going to necessarily do that with all of these because I kind of want to see the difference. So some I will be doing with black. And to do that, I'll probably use black ultraviolet curing resin just because that's easy, isn't it? And it's quick. The others we will just back with clear. So I've got some black Let's Resin that Let's Resin very kindly sent me as well, actually. It's awesome. This is black ultraviolet curing resin. Good stuff. I'm delighted when I saw that because, of course, we do tend to use black for so many things, don't we? I thought, that's genius. Let's Resin, can we next have black polyurethane, please? So just spreading this over the back. It is a slightly translucent black because it's a UV one, but it's a lot more black than you would normally be able to cure by putting your own black pigment in it, I find. But this is going to cure because it's been made to do so. You know what I mean? Normally black pigments in UV resin, you'd have to go a bit careful and end up having to do 2 or 3 layers. With this, you can get away with it a lot more. There we are. That should spread now. And what else shall I do in black? The flower. And the others, I'll just get a bit of clear on the go, and we'll do those with just clear. So we should get sort of a mermaidy effect you tend to get if you don't behind them, isn't it? So less dramatic, nonetheless beautiful, I think. I'm going to see how these come out. So I'll get the UV on these while I mix up the clear to go on the others. I'm not going to be able to demold these just yet anyway, because the epoxy resin underneath isn't 100% cured by any means. That'll be a few hours yet. It is warm in here, but not that warm. Not hot. It was earlier, but it's not now. Right, gloves on. Going to get some clear mixed up for the others. Finally, I'm just a bit curious to see what happens if you just mix it in and put it in a mould. And this is a new mould I've got that I can't even remember where it came from, but I think it might have been AliExpress, not sure. Anyway, I just think I might try a little bit of one of these, mix in with the resin, to go with turquoise and pink, just to see what that comes out like. Now, my feeling is that that isn't what these are intended for, so it might be a little bit disappointing, but we should try it. But that's why I'm doing it with a very small piece. And also a mould that I haven't really tried properly yet, so interesting to see what it comes out like. That's it for now then. I've got the ultraviolet, you can see the light's gone a bit funny over here. I've got ultraviolet light going on with the ones that need it, which is just basically those two, isn't it? So I'm going to leave that on, going to leave the rest to cure naturally, and I will see you later. And we're going to have a really good fun demolding time, aren't we? See you in a bit. Demold time, and I've already demolded the scorpion. Now my only concern here is that I'm demolding and filming this at night. So this is the light at night in my craft room. They are daylight lights, but I'm not sure you're going to be able to see the holographics in there. I can see some colour flipping going on, and I can see the holographics, but I'm not sure you can. I'll get them all demolded, and what I'll do is my usual, take them out in sunlight, put them by the little dragon garden in some nice sunlight. If we get some, this is England, who knows? Anyway, we'll see, because that's beautiful. Now, these were all the little, oh yes, I demolded the little heart as well. And I have to say, it's very subtle, but extremely pretty. That's the one where I actually mixed it in with the resin. Nice. Little butterflies. These were the ones I brushed on, weren't they? So these were brushed on, and the little dragon was brushed on. So let's have a look at the butterflies first. That's nice. So that one was the indigo and green flip, and yes, it does. What I'm seeing so far is that the colours aren't as vivid as a normal Tiny Turner chameleon powder, but that is simply because the holographics are doing their thing. Again, I'm not sure whether you can see it, but I really can. You can see it hit. Look, can you see that in that light? Oh, I really need to get these out in the sunlight. That is beautiful. So that's that one. Ooh, that's nice. That's subtle and beautiful. Is that purple magenta? Have I got these in the right place? Purple and magenta. Yes, I can see the magenta flashing in it. I can also see green and blue, and that one is actually showing the holographics, I think, better in this light than the other ones have. It's lovely. Gosh, these are gorgeous. I'm dying to see what that dragon looks like. I'm putting them on the tops of the pots so we can see which. So what's that? Rose, gold and green. Yeah, it is. Look, you can see there is rose gold in there. There is green. And that mad holographic effect. It's when you get it corner on that you really see the holographics. Beautiful. I tell you what, I'm going to have to do one of those whopping big pouring your heart out dragons with these, aren't I? Use a hell of a lot though. And this is the light green dusky blue. I can see the dusky blue when you get it at the right angle. It's a lovely shade of green. And yep, the holographics are flipping round in there. So this one will be the copper and gold. I'm not expecting this one to be quite so dramatic, simply because those colours are quite close together. She says famous last words. Got that little mark in there. That's where there was something stuck in the mould I forgot to clean out. That is lovely. That is the one that was so shiny when I put it in the mould, if you remember. And I'm getting the holographics flashing around the sides, and it's almost going green in the middle there. Nice. Now this one is the turquoise and pink, which is a strange colour combination. I'm dying to see what this one comes out like. Let's have a look. Oh, it's like a dusky pink, and then you get the turquoise flashing in the holographics around the sides. I hope you're picking this up. It's so hard to do this sort of thing justice, isn't it? Let's put the little mould out the way. Oops. And put those to one side a bit. Let's have the dragon next, because this was the other one that I brushed it onto, wasn't it? Oh, I say, look at that. Little sleeping dragon. And that green through the wings. Now, this is a slightly satiny mould in places, but it still works. I'm getting the holographic flashes. That's lovely. And I kind of like that it's a bit satiny in places too. This is a little mould that was in one of my Happy Mail a little while ago. So let's move into the ones where I put the clear in and then put smoky black on the back once I've put the powders in. Oh, crikey. That is... Which one was that? That was this one, wasn't it? Yeah, it was that one. The copper gold, of course. It's almost greenish when you get it from the side as well. That's impressive. What's that one? Really like that. Let's sit him there. That's going to be nice when I get that in the sunlight, isn't it? Let's do the flower next. So this was the... Which one was this? Oh no, that was the bronze rose gold, was it? Oh, I don't know. I've lost track on these ones. I'd have to check the video back, but we know which these are. Look at that. Now we know the Tiny Turner powders are impressive on the back of things like this. Anyway, I say, I can see the holographics. I'm getting all the lovely usual chameleon powder colour flips, but I'm getting the holographics coming through as well. I don't know if you can see it in this bit here. Oh, excellent. So this one we just put clear on the back instead of the black. This is the little crystal one. Oh, that's nice. Look at it flashing through it. So even though that's just got clear on the back rather than black, that's almost made like a crystal AB effect. Isn't that beautiful? Let's have the little pot next. I like this little pot mould. It's just adorable. Easy way to get pot moulds out, by the way. Twist. It just releases the centre. Oh, look at the colour flashing through that. Can you see it? A couple little sharp edges I need to take off. But look at that. Isn't that nice? Again, that's going to be impressive when I get it out in the sun. Let's see what the little lids come out like. Now the lids are weird because you think they should be up that way and they're not, they're that way. So that's going to look a little bit different. What I would probably do is take one of these and stick it on it. Maybe. I don't know. Mould great, look. They actually screw straight on. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Be nice to have gloss in. Yeah, that's really nice. I think you get the better effect from the other side though. the way it comes up through the crystals of the pot. Right, that's that one. Right, now I think this is probably the one you've all been waiting for, because everybody loves the turtles. On the back, it just looks like a really nice green. Now, this one is the one that was meant to be, was it green and dusky blue? So let's see. I'm not getting so much of the dusky blue in this light. Let's see what this comes out like. Oh, there's the dusky blue. I'm just going to put my hand underneath it so we don't get too much of the purple from the map coming through. I'm seeing the dusky blue. Are you seeing the dusky blue? And I'm getting the holographic in here. Oh, these are beautiful. Tiny Turner and Wendy at Toonpish. Well done. These are just astoundingly good. They are beautiful. I will be getting these out in the sun, and we'll have a proper look at them just to wrap the video up. So if you want some closer looks at these in the sunlight, then hang on to the end of the video. Other than that, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget these colours are on pre-order, except for those 2 new ones, which are coming soon. But the rest are on pre-order already, and they are selling out at the most ridiculous speed. And Wendy's having to order in more colours like crazy. Wendy's having to order in more and more supplies like crazy. So get your orders in quick. And no, I'm not on commission. I just think these are so absolutely amazing that you need them. I wanted to show you so badly. Anyway, yes, I'll stop wittering. And if you liked this sort of content, you'll find a whole load more of product testings out and makes and all sorts of things on this channel. So feel free to subscribe. It means a lot to me and it doesn't cost you a penny. And you might like the video that's coming up here shortly next. See you later. We got the sun I was hoping for. It's a bit noisy out here because it's windy. Let's have a look. Now you can see the holographics. See that moving around in there? There we go. So you've got your colour flip. You've also got your holographics. I'm not sure this pot was the best thing to show it off on though. That hasn't really come through as much as I wanted. I was hoping it would come all up the sides, and well, it does if you get it from just the right angle, but not as much as I wanted. Anyway, there we are. Let's have a look at our crystal. Oh yeah. Very Swarovski-ish, I would say, wouldn't you? Fish is, I mean, wow, look at that. What a colour flip. I'm not sure you really get the holographics. Oh, you can. Yeah, you can. From that angle, I can see holographics in the base. And then you get the colour flip as you turn it. Okay. Little dragon. My little dragon mould is going matte on me slowly. But on the shiny bits, you can definitely see not only the colour flip, holographic moving around. Don't know how long this sun's going to last. It was throwing down the rain a minute ago. There's the one where I just mixed it in with the resin, which is actually surprisingly a lot more impressive than I thought. I thought it would be just plain. You know, it just wouldn't work. But and yeah, let's go through each of these. Definitely got the holographics flipping around in there. Amazing. Yeah, you can really see the holographics once it gets into the sun, can't you? Oh, particularly in that one. Now, I don't think there's anything else like this out there on the market at the moment. Yeah, there's holographic powders, clean silver or gold or something. I've not seen Chameleon and holographic. I mean, look at that. And let's see what the turtle ended up looking like. Yep, from that angle it is indeed green and dusky blue, but look what happens when you move it. Don't forget links for everything I've been using are down in the video description below, so look yourselves out. I'll see you for the next video. YouTube thinks you'll like this one next. Take care everyone. See you in the next one.